everybody, my name is James. This is my first endeavor with an itchy nose into the crazy thing you kids call vlogging. So I don't know if it's gonna be something I'll maintain on a regular basis, because anytime I do any sort of commitment kind of thing, it usually turns into one video and then I never update again. Which is probably why people hate it when I write fanfic, because I never ever update. I have officially been on T for about 3 weeks. 3 weeks as of Thursday. Today, assuming I updated on time or uploaded on time, it is Saturday. And yeah, so I'm in the process right now of coming out and doing all that crazy stuff. Hopefully, people who know me won't find this video before I tell them officially. That would be interesting. Right now, a small group of my close friends know, and one of my cousins and my immediate family know. Everyone's been really great, really supportive, really good about pronouns and my chosen name and all that jazz, except for my mom. My mom is really not okay with it. Biggest issue she has is she keeps like comparing it to my experiences in school. To give you an idea of a little bit of background, there was a close death in my family when I was a teenager, and ever since then I've really not stuck to anything I kind of set my mind to. Like, I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna go into fine arts and I'm gonna do this and that. Oh, I changed my mind, I didn't really like this, let's go and do media. Oh, I don't really like this, let's go and do music. Oh, I don't really like this, I quit. So to her, my experiences in school and how I kind of conducted myself in school equated to, this is just another one of my weird endeavors into craziness, and then I'll decide that I don't want to do it later on. Unfortunately, as we all know, it's not really the same thing. I can't really show her like a lot of trans stuff and be like, look, this is me. Because there's kind of like this misconception, especially in Western media, that every single trans person in the universe or whatever knew at a really young age that they were trans. That's not the case, for everybody. Big shock, every single trans person is not the same. What? So I didn't really figure it out till much later. A lot of factors played into this. The biggest one being, when I was a kid, my mom didn't say, you have to play with girl toys and pink and this. A lot of the toys I tended to play with were neutral, and a lot of I was very neutral in terms of, TV shows and movies I watched and stuff like that. So I would ask for like Barbies and crap when I was a kid, but I never really played with them. I did play with like Hot Wheels, and I also played with Transformers. I would watch Beasties and Gargoyles and X-Men with my brothers. But then I would also watch lots of Disney princess movies, because princesses are freaking awesome. Come on. So like, because of that, and because of the way I kind of grew up, I went from a straight female, bisexual female, lesbian, butch lesbian, and trans man. So I did the whole like working my way up there, and I'm also really dense. Like, I'm extremely thick. It's really bad. If someone like flirts with me, I probably will not notice. I'll just assume they're being nice. Or on the flip side, if someone's too nice to me, I'll panic and think they're hitting on me, which it's not a good thing. I wouldn't recommend being like me. So, like, because of all of that, my mom had a really hard time accepting it, and still does. She's known for about 3.5 years now, I would say. I told her when I was about 21, and I'm 24 now. So she's having a really hard time with it, to the point where I moved out about 3 months ago, into closer to the city of Montreal, and she still lives really far west. I don't know why I'm so out of breath. I think I'm just really excited, because I am loaded with sugar and caffeine right now. It's not a good combination. And so she asked me to come back home on Thursday, um, to help her with painting my room. Wanted me to come home and help her repaint. Um, when I get there, and it takes me like almost 2 hours to get to the end of all of the bus lines, and then she has to pick me up and drive me the last 5 kilometers to home, which for anyone who's not on the metric system, that's about 3 miles or so. So it's not super far from there. I get in the car, and she tells me, "Oh, by the way, I have one of my good lesbian friends coming over, and she's gonna talk to you." Basically, she invited over one of her middle-aged lesbian friends to sit me down and tell me why I'm actually a lesbian and not a transgendered man. And so it was a lot of me going, "Are you fucking with me?" And I was really pissed off at the time. Now it's just like, I'm still kind of in shock that it actually happened. I didn't think my mom was that crazy. So I was really shocked, and I thought that she was better than that, you know? So I was really pissed off. Like, I was standing upstairs in my room, sanding down some of the paint droplets and stuff, and basically telling her, like, "Don't expect to be nice to this person. How dare you? This is ridiculous." Her defense the whole time was her going, "Well, I went with you to see your psychologist and your therapist and your counselor, so this is the same thing. So if I can go out to all those places, you can come here." So I feel like she's kind of like trying to make me feel guilty about being trans, which unfortunately she's very good at doing. I don't think she realizes really what she's doing, because unfortunately I'm still at that stage in my relationship with my mom where, and I'm one of those people, like, if I see you cry, I will probably cry. So her friend comes over. Unfortunately, she's obscenely nice, and it's one of those people that you really want to be an asshole to, but you just can't because they're too nice, and it's just frustrating and stuff. So the lucky thing is, her friend kind of sided with me. Like, she's an older lesbian, she's in her 40s, she's got 4 kids, the whole nine, and she would, ask me legit questions. They weren't like bullshit questions like, "Oh, well, you're gonna become a gay man and you're gonna, like, rape girls," which is a lot of the transphobic stuff I see on the internet, especially, like, from other lesbians and that kind of thing. So that was my biggest concern, like, when she sat down with us, like, that's what I figured she was gonna say. But she was really, really supportive. She asked me a lot of good questions, like I said. And it was mostly my mom trying to shut up and me being extremely hard with her, because I've tried the whole sensitive, like, let me listen to what you're saying, let me talk to you too, and hopefully you'll hear what I'm saying. But it just never worked. So it was more like, this is how it is, it's not changing, deal with it. And I'm kind of at the point now where I'm probably gonna pull back from my mom for a while, just so that she can, like, deal with it, because I think that with me being around, it's making it worse, because I do not like talking about it with her anymore, because it just turns into her crying and telling me about how she was looking at baby pictures and she got depressed and will start sobbing in front of me, like she's the most sensitive person I've ever met, and things like that. So I'm probably gonna pull back and be like, "Look, I can't be around you right now. Excuse me. I can't be around you right now, and here is why." And hopefully it will not turn into another cry fest of my mother. Plus, coming up, I'm going to start doing a big major, "Hey guys, guess what? I'm not actually a girl" thing. So that's going to be interesting. It's not interesting in the sense of people are going to freak out and have a hard time with it. It's more of, I don't know what to expect. Luckily, the 2 places that I work are pretty open-minded. One, I'm already out to. The thing is, I work at 2 places. The first one is a very small business of about 10 or so people that work there total. My other job is a big store chain. Big. It's a huge store. It's got a lot of shit in it. And there's like 80 plus employees, and it pushes like 100 people around Christmas time. So it's not that it's scary in the sense of people will not be okay with it. It's more scary in the sense of it's a lot of people, lots of people, and it's not fun. So it's mostly gonna turn into me telling the GM, the big manager, like, this is what's going on. And after that, my good friends who work at the store, because like the store itself, even though it's freaking huge, everybody is friends with everybody. Like, it's just a big family, and everybody is really supportive of each other. So it's more like I'm just worried about being overwhelmed with either support or questions or whatever the fuck, rather than um, worried about people flipping out. I think there might be one or two people that are gonna give me a hard time, but like, I'm not worried about like getting fired or anything like that, because they just can't. I've been with that company for 6 years. They freaking love me. I'm a good employee. I don't start shit, so I'm not really that worried about that aspect of it. So yeah, and basically the plan right now, assuming everything goes according to plan, is one of my good friends who I've known for a really long time, who works there with me, plans to kind of get everybody who knows together and start spreading the rumor that, did you hear? And then after everybody's found out, which will be about a day and a half, they're gonna plan some kind of coming out party thing that they're very excited to plan. So I'm gonna just let them do that, and I'll just show up and eat food, which I'm very good at. So, like I said before, I'm gonna try and maintain these. I don't actually know if I'm gonna actually post on time. If I do, that'll be a fucking miracle, because me plus any kind of commitment usually equals disaster. So that's it for now. I'll probably post again in a couple of weeks, to you know, do stuff. If you guys have questions, leave them in the comments, and I will try to answer them. But if I find the question too offensive, I'm not gonna answer it. Like, period. So just keep that in mind, and I'm gonna try to be good about, deleting hateful messages, because I don't need to see that shit. You guys don't need to see that shit. I will see you next time. Bye!